Hi guys, welcome back into my channel. I'm Meg, a mindfulness coach and healer, and I bring wisdom and hope through meditations and affirmations alongside content to inspire those on a self-worth healing journey. And in today's video, I am going to share a few pieces of wisdom that I've learned, and I hope that you will find it to be a reflective source on your own journey too. So let's begin. I'm going to share a couple things that I've been feeling really strongly about, and they're really intrinsic into us putting our whole selves into the world. First off, you are truly running your own race. Don't worry so much about others because you are really your only competition. And comparing the journey that you are walking on to anyone else's just isn't apples to apples. It just doesn't apply because you are unique in the person that you are, that you have become, and the new person that you are manifesting to be as this unique, one-of-a-kind person. You've had experiences that nobody else has. And I don't mean that you don't find comfort in sharing. Of course, we all have so many similar experiences, but I just mean that nobody's walked in your exact shoes. And there's something really powerful for us each to recognize about that. We all have to carry a certain cross, and we also we're born into this life as a soul on different tracks and, based on so many different foundational elements and the values instilled, how our environment was growing up, how our schooling impacted us, our interests, our hobbies. You should really celebrate and share your gifts in the world. So if you're looking for somebody to encourage you, let it be me. I am also encouraging myself to continue down this path. And I feel that in order for us to lead the most meaningful life possible, it's really kind of a prerequisite that regardless of what's going on around you and your external environment, there is never going to be a better time than to wake up in the morning and truthfully walk into the world as yourself. Now, maybe that for you looks like taking a new risk in the form of a step towards a dream that you've always had, and little steps, even tiny steps, first begin with thoughts and then actually inspired action. And once those start to matriculate, over time, you look back and realize like all these steps added up to something so, again, really neat in my specific journey. So just remember, you are on your own path and your own race. And of course, we all are collectively and energetically aligned in certain ways. And we're definitely not alone. I mean, gosh, community is so pivotal. But I think leave the comparison behind and just, as much as you can, focus on your own growth. Next, this is something I feel so strongly about, and I guess this is my second tidbit of wisdom today. Really try to garden the weeds of your own mind meticulously, really carefully, like you're a little surgeon performing some really high-powered energetic movement, because what you think about is what you bring about. And of course, like where attention goes, energy flows. And especially as it relates to self-worth and self-esteem, our subconscious beliefs are really truly what matter. And so you must believe it or it won't come to fruition. So all these manifestations and goals and things that we're having, it's super important to remember that you have to sort of convince yourself first and foremost in order to really truly align with what it is we're calling in. And, I think the most important thing, and I will share in my journey right now, is sort of getting comfortable in the unknown and the uncertainty of what's next. What exactly is next on your path? And the reality is, we don't know, and we will never know. We, of course, can put our biggest efforts into aligning, what our heart's desires are with the steps that we're actually walking and the conversations that we're having and who we're being in the world. But I think if you are trapped in a cycle of negativity and fear, or a worry of lack, and you keep thinking about that, it's like a vacuum that's just going to keep swirling around of those negative thoughts. So try as best you can to just remember to focus on what it is that you want and what you're cultivating. So in other words, get lost in the imagination of, I really can't wait to set up this business, and really be prescriptive about it and the types of people you want to service, and really daydream in a good, positive way, so that you get lost, when you're in your meditations, or maybe just having a moment before sleep, that you think about what it is that you want to bring about, and think about the positivity and how that is going to make you feel. Third tidbit today: patience is truly a skill to learn. And, it's something that I think we foster over a long period of time with tremendous ease and grace. But we can't expect life to go as planned. We just can't. It never does. What we can do is appreciate the process. That is truly where the nuggets of wisdom are. It's not necessarily mapping out like your 5-year plan, and that's great to have, of course. Like, we have to have goals and relentlessly going for it, but allowing yourself to sort of go with the flow like water. Softly and gently we move forward, following our heart. But there will be opportunities and experiences waiting to be had if we are open and flexible. And often these surprises, or these, really unique gifts from the universe, come in the form of endings and big life transitions, like jobs or divorce, or things where unfortunately we are forced to change. But don't wait for these moments where you're sort of up against a wall, if you will. If you are in tune and following the way of your higher self, you'll be continuously guided. But you must trust and do the spiritual practices to tap into your higher self. Whatever those are for you, I know, again, we are each individuals on our path, and there's things that work for us. So for example, I'll share one of mine really quickly, and then I'll get on to my last piece of wisdom. I started recently carving out a new little meditation space with my yoga blocks and blankets and my yoga strap, and I have my salt lamp turned on, and I sort of burn an incense and open some windows, and usually 15 to 30 minutes when I wake up in the morning, and also when I go to sleep at night, I just go right to sit down and I get into a nice flow. Often I'll listen to some ambient music, flute music, things that soothe my mind, and I will start focusing on obviously all the things that I talk about on my channel in my meditations. But for me, I even try to get into the daydreaming. And then there's always little billboard moments where my higher self brings a big flyer across my mind's eye that says, you're not going to believe how much you're going to appreciate this next thing. And I really listen to myself. And these are some of the practices I think that we have to find for ourselves that really nurture us. Because for me, I know, I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm a I'm creative, so my mind's always going with ideas, and I really have to sort of ground it when I go to sleep each night, and also when I wake up in the morning. And I think I am not alone, and probably share that many of you feel the same. So try to find what it is for you that sort of makes you feel good, and also it's not too much of a struggle, right? It's similar to, I think, our, the way we nourish our bodies or how we move them. We have to find things that work for us, and it might not be, the latest fad or Pilates or, going and doing kickboxing. Maybe that's not right for you, or it doesn't make you feel relaxed or at ease. So finding what works for you is, I think, part of this whole self-development process. Okay, thanks for hanging with me, guys. The fourth tidbit of wisdom, and you're not going to be surprised. Silence is really when the wisdom arrives. Allowing open space in our mind, in our schedule, in everything. Nature is truly your teacher. Listen, be silent, and you must create the space in your mind and in the inner landscape for the goodness to flow in, to reprogram and to let go. It's a long emotional process, years of awareness and reframing, but the sooner you let go of the old version of yourself, or the narrative or the story that you somehow have been telling or thinking to yourself or to others, the sooner that your new life will arrive. So I encourage you to allow time and space daily to reflect, to write, to release everything that isn't mapped to your future self. That can be physical items, it can be mindsets, it can be friendships, and it can be a place of employment. I don't think we realize as human beings that we are a beautiful sponge of energy. So as we move through the world, every single thing that we encounter has an impact on us, and we do have a choice of how we're going to interact or allow people to have access to us. And I think that that's something that's really needing to be a reminder for all of us, because letting go, and letting go and letting go is really going to, continue to bring you to a space of what's next for you. I think for me, it's been 7 years since I really started my process of letting go, and a really deep, profound healing experience. And I constantly intervene and remove self-limiting beliefs still. The self-doubt, the past regrets or choices, it's part of our brilliantly human mind that we're going to be constantly sort of critiquing ourselves. But as a little billboard, just remember that you can take off the heavy backpack that you don't want to carry anymore. Like the backpack of your past, of whatever's holding you back. Maybe it's physical weight, all the things that will make you feel more light and free and in touch with who you are. And I also just want to mention, this doesn't just apply to people, solo people on a journey. It applies to any person on the planet, whether you're a parent, a grandparent, whether you're single. I think it's really part of our human journey to fine-tune our own soul. And so I hope that you enjoyed these nuggets of wisdom. I really enjoy writing, and I feel often that the notes that I come up with from my higher self are meant to be shared more widely. And so I will be doing these types of formats of videos if you guys are feeling inspired by them. So please feel free to let me know. I hope that you have a wonderful week. And as always, sending you all of my light and blessings. Take care.